Week 7 Twitterati. This week we're talking about integration of applications into Twitter rather than the opposite way out, in terms of, you know, having an app and connecting it to Twitter. What I'm getting at is Vine just recently got released by Twitter. They bought a company out, and one of the things I noticed about Vine was on the left hand side of your profile page on the actual main website for twitter.com, you used to have just pictures of, you know, photos that you've taken with a Twitter app. Now they've automatically, and I've not really seen any notification or text or email or anything sent from Twitter to say, hey, now we're aggregating your Vine things. They're just there, which is cool. I kind of like the idea that Twitter has gone, we bought this company, if you're using those products, then we've automatically aggregated it together. But there's also part of me that thinks, okay, you're building apps like Vine to make sure that your engagement is with your platform. So, you know, you have to come to Twitter, or it's on Twitter. It's almost like there's an arms race going on between Google and Twitter and Apple to try and get content.
Don't realise, because as I say, although I knew it had been bought by Twitter, you can take a photograph within the Twitter app. Yeah. But you can't take a Vine from within the Twitter app. So what's the thinking of having two separate apps? Engagement.
It's all about engagement. I think they've built that specifically for 6 seconds because they want the immediacy of, they want to be able to sort of have multimedia within a tweet. I think they're moving towards, you know, taking the eyeballs away from Google Plus and all the other communities that you might hang out, because they've got pictures coming in real time and all that sort of stuff. And I think they're trying to make a more laid approach to grab your eyeballs and say, stay on our platform.
I say I'm really enjoying thinking about how Vine can be used, especially for events. You know, if you've got a speaker, just doing 6 seconds bursts, you get an animation of their character, whereas I think you don't often get that with this flat Instagram.
Yeah, we should have probably made this episode about Vine, but I've had a few people say, oh, you know, well, I like 12 seconds, but I don't like 6, and I don't like it looping. And I kind of get where they're coming from if they're coming from other platforms, but I see it as a completely different, immediate kind of, you know, from my perspective, if you're travelling and you're abroad and you want to tell your mum and dad that you're doing okay, a photo sometimes is not enough, but if they can get a feel of their environment, and 6 seconds,
that loop,
not just that loop, but 6 seconds in terms of video bandwidth and data is very small.
Yeah.
So I would prefer, say if Ella was like 15, 16, she's gone to Barcelona or wherever, and she just did it, and it uploaded really quick. She didn't use much data. It wasn't costing her lots of money. I don't think people think about those things.
Yeah.
You know, the immediacy and the small size, the rapid nature of it.
I think using a new app for its intended purpose, because I think a lot of the 12 seconds, they're still hankering after seismic. You know, those small bits. Whereas that looping, you are capturing a selected moment in time which you watch over and over again, which essentially is what you do with a photograph. You stare at it and it's got no movement in it. You know, it's almost like the Harry Potter moving photos on the newspapers.
Right.
It just brings things to life just for that moment, and you do get a sense of drama or pathos or whatever's in that moment.
I think there's a lot of things that I'm starting to realise about Twitter. Twitter's moving into a new area, and with Twitter launching loads of other apps as well. I mean, there's Medium for a start, and then there's branches. They're looking. I think they're looking to build to their portfolio, because I think they probably want an exit in the next couple of years.
How are they going to sort of match alongside Google Plus? Because there's a real emergence of Google Plus at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be a big fight between the networks. It'll all come down to feature set and size. My concern about size and how big you are in the cloud, how many memberships you know, how many sign-ups you've got, how many users you got, how much engagement you got, is not one of that one company should win over the other one. What scares me the most is, you know, we shouldn't play that game by storing all that stuff in the cloud. You know, we've got to start thinking. I would love to see tech companies like Twitter. I'd love to see Twitter come out with an ethical product that helps the environment in terms of all this stuff we're creating. I love the engagement of it. I love the ability for you know, sharing it with different people. But I think, I don't know, I don't think there'll be a clear winner. I think fast forward 10, 15 years from now, you'll have like top 4 brands. You know, Apple, Sony,
well, we
Google.
Continue talking about
Yeah.
Twitter bits and pieces and add-ins. But that's it for this week, and we have got other 5-minute shows. We've got the 10-minute PCM update. Check out this month's shows on seller54.tv.